Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of...
Yeah.
Today, I am joined by Aiden the Best and Mo Nation, and we are going to be looking at something that, honestly, we should have looked at a long time ago, but once again, I guess...
I feel like most people on Jacob's channel aren't familiar with It's a Family Thing.
I mean, we've mentioned it in quite a few occasions, actually.
Yeah, we've mentioned it, but I don't think we ever showed anything or really went too in depth with it.
I can say right off the bat, actually, one reason to watch it, if you're on the fence about it, is because it's a Butterverse property. So
yeah,
so it is connected. I will say it is very different in tone, this is what you were expecting. So if you I mean, I think people remember briefly from the pilot episode, which has already been reviewed, link up top, which I can actually point to the right side this time because I de-reversed my camera. So that's not an issue anymore. Point is, it's different in tone a little bit. It's got, it's the rating for it, as established by the creator, who of course is Monet, is PG-14. Not even PG-13. No, PG-13 is the typical, that's the normal rating. PG-14 is the step above. That's the extreme version. So, you know you're in for something quite interesting here. Obviously, we're going to do a little bit of censoring to make sure it works on the main channel. But if you do go ahead and watch it, which, by the way, you should, just be aware that the channel is not meant for anyone under 14. And also subscribe to Monation while you're there. But without further ado, on with the review. Worth pointing out that he is still talking at the same time as the applause is going on. So either he's made a point and people are really excited about it, he just can't stop himself from talking, or he's trying to say thank you over the top and people just can't hear it. It's like he's going like this.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
I love their soundboard. Okay.
That was bizarre editing, but okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say you want like a scream there or something, a scream of anguish, not really like a laugh. Like
I failed and I lost.
I want to hear Denise go Super Saiyan. Okay.
Yeah. Jeez. Can't we? That's all we ask for. Just Super Saiyan Denise. Jeez, so rude.
Just in case anyone's wondering, the original song is Thunderclouds.
Yeah, I mean, I like Thunderclouds, but being realistic, not every, if Jacob eventually gets monetized,
I love how we just went over the fact that that in classic Gacha we went through with Nova that everything was super copyrighted, and here we are with the
super copyrighted. We love super copyrighted.
Oh, the irony! By the way, this is from 2021. Just so people are aware. So yeah. We're well past the age of the classic Gacha. I will say, Monet is very critical of intros, actually. And to this intro's credit, it does give a very interesting look into the characters overall, because they're so over the top in this series that one image alone can tell you most of what you want to know about them. So even them falling from the sky is indicative of their personalities in some ways.
Yes.
Apart from how, I guess, again, if this is realistic, they'd be very absent-minded right now. But then again, so are the masks, so it still works. Of course, you have the lyrics to the song you're just hearing. Again, classic Gacha. You remember how we actually said when we just reviewed the first couple of musical episodes with Nova, because we wanted what we did just before this video recording. And in there we actually mentioned the fact that that Monet was responsible for some of the most intense close-ups of the series, and that has carried through seemingly. That's not really a critique; it's more of an observation.
Yeah. Are you trying to stare into his eyes? It would be nice to actually.
I mean, we can't really tell. I mean, it's weird to say that just the distance between these two characters because we've barely seen them on frame together.
Do something.
I'll be doing. He knows what he did.
Now, all I did was give a small prompt to Mr. Harrison that royal blue would look better in the sunroom than navy blue. It's not my fault he decided to change companies.
I love that. He changed company just because of one color suggestion. Not just saying, oh yeah, you know, we could definitely have this color. No, we have to have Carlisle Big's brand royal blue. That's the real thing we need in here.
Yeah.
Only we will do this properly.
Why did you take the client anyways? It's not like you don't have any other offers.
You think I wanted to take the job from your sister? No.
Well, yes, because you accepted to take the client. That's what he just said to you. So yes, you kind of did.
Mr. Harrison is just an indecisive old man.
All that Tony's doing is making her hate you more. Makes me even wonder why he agreed to marry you.
Look then, I love you and want to make you happy, but I don't think I'll ever get your sister to even tolerate me.
I still need to tell her though. We kept us dating a secret, but I don't think marriage would be as easy.
Secret Marriage, the show.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be fair, like, considering that Dennis is employed by Denise, she'd have to look at his employee file eventually. Just see like, married Carlisle Biggs? What? Imagine that was the reveal.
What if I invite your family over for dinner? I could say this to discuss me giving her one of my high-paying clients, and we take it from there.
So you're just gonna have her hand over a high-paying client without that client's consent? I don't think that's usually how it works.
We love business and shows.
I mean, unless they're under contract where they can say, "Oh yeah, we can transfer these people over." That's not the usual. That's not the usual idea.
My sister isn't stupid. She's not going to fall for that.
I'll do it.
Huh? I thought you hated him.
With the passion of 1,000 suns, yes. But I hate not making money more.
Did someone say money? Any donations to your lovely little brother?
Why? All you're gonna do is spend it on my hub.
But they're so soft. Also, Kik is releasing.
Hold on. Wait, whoa. Roll back.
But they're so soft. Also, Kik is releasing an exclusive.
Wait, Kiku. And we've established that puppetry is a movie that can be watched within the Butterverse. Does that mean that whoever played Kiku in the movie is also now a MyHub model?
Lore?
I don't know how to feel about that, considering that Kiku was the child in that version, but...
I mean,
okay.
it could. Honestly, I think Moni just reused the name.
I
I think it's just like us using like Buffy characters' names as characters. Like it's not actually the Buffy characters.
To be fair, that's a very Monet thing to do, to have like the child in this thing become a MyHub actress when she grew up from the movie, and also have the same name as her character. But you know.
You are coming to the business dinner with us.
What? No way I'm going to that boring.
Okay, I think this is also what Aiden was saying to me, actually. A piece of advice that I've integrated is to go by the audio rather than the actual script itself or when you're editing gachas. Because sometimes the performance and the line itself can have a little bit of a disparity. If you go by what you imagine the line was before, you're going to get disappointed later, or it's going to be a little bit of a contrast. Sometimes you can be okay with it, sometimes not really.
You are acting like you have a choice. Would you rather join Mom in one of her dog rituals?
Why?
Okay, see, this is where we needed the laugh.
Might as well.
It's not like you'll be alone. Carlisle has some siblings your age.
Carlisle? Carlisle Biggs? Heck yeah, I'm in.
And again, another reason to ask for redirection sometimes.
I just recently
That simple?
learned how to say his name. I
Well,
think. Yeah, wait. I have to remember. It's Carlisle, right?
Yes, it is. It is, Carl.
Carlisle. Okay. Because my brain, I have to rewire my brain to remember that.
Yeah, instead of saying
Alright,
Carlisle.
wait. Moni says
This only happens for the first episode because this is dubbed over the original non-service ones.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by non-service, but either way, if that's the case, then honestly, if you have the footage already, send that over to the other actors, because then they can actually get a better idea. I know it's kind of like, oh yeah, matching lip flaps and stuff, but still, it's clearly, actually a lot of it fits in quite nicely to this extent. Like, there's sometimes where like Denise was already speaking when the transition happened, but there's like minor details in comparison.
What are you planning?
None of your business.
Are you worried?
I am not high enough to think of whatever plan Ethan has.
Oh, but I know a character who is high enough not to think about whatever plan or.
Hey, who's also in the same universe?
Yeah.
Not inviting mom?
What in the line dog ritual did you not understand?
Okay, guys, remember, do not bring up my upcoming marriage tonight. Got it?
Yes, we got it.
Ah! It's like... I just love that reaction. It's just like, oh yeah, we got it. Ah! I just imagine her screaming over the top of what Crystal's saying. I mean, ah.
Got it.
Buttercup, are we clear?
Count on me, brother. My lips are sealed.
Even if they weren't, my laughing is completely silent, so don't you worry about a thing.
Just like a cat tooth.
I will bite you.
I mean, if anything,
Also,
surely a cat
side-
tooth isn't sealed.
Also, side note, why? Okay, so I know Monet's trying to have like the anger things have like a sound effect or whatever, right? But why did you use a heartbeat sound effect?
I think it's more like the pulsing of the veins, I'm guessing, was the idea of that.
Yeah, but it sounds a little bit weird. Now I'm just thinking of Aphmau and Aaron and how Aaron could hear Aphmau's heartbeat. Now I'm just thinking of that whole concept.
I suppose, yeah.
Although
We did already
Grand Monet clearly didn't get inspiration for that. But
We already had a heartbeat sound effect for Denise in the opening. I'm just remembering that when I saw this Mermaid Melody, when I saw this effect for the first time in an anime, they had a very different sound to it, actually.
Pingüino ligón, eres un pingüino ligón. Yo no soy ningún ligón, señoritas, pero admito que de vez en cuando echo de menos la compañía de una pingüinita. ¿Qué tiene de malo? A ver, además eso no os importa.
That must
What?
be done. It's open.
They broke down your door?
Yeah,
What do you
right?
do with those sound effects?
It smells like him in here.
Lovely.
At least it doesn't smell of
Oh
wine and
my
loneliness.
Irene! Dennis!
Oh, there's the heartbeat again, but we don't actually know who he's looking at yet. Normally you have the image of the other person you're looking at first, and then we kind of like get to the heartbeat and the intense.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
Oh, there. Yeah. Okay, those shots just been reversed.
Oh, good.
Oh my gosh, you're so thirsty. You just see him and
Yeah.
I forgot how thirsty he got immediately. He's like, oh man, cute person.
This is way better than any Kiku video I watched on my hub. I don't know.
You all can make it.
I just came for the client.
Why, of course. It's my job to help the needy.
What?
These noodles taste great.
Triggered.
Why, of course. It's an old family recipe.
And of course, we're going to share one plate between 7 of us.
Yeah. You need at least a few plates, or like a giant plate, and then we had a few small plates lying around with some food. Maybe it's like that's like where. I don't know. Like it's kind of weird.
We are halfway through dinner and you still haven't talked about the
Halfway through dinner, it's completely untouched. What are you talking about?
client.
I'll be honest. There is no client.
What?
It's important, Denise. Stay and listen for.
There might not be a client, but you're about to oversee a very important merger.
Oh my gosh, Jacob.
Hey, if I'd been writing at the time, that line would have been in there.
Once.
Well then, speak.
We are getting married.
Actions speak louder than words, I suppose.
I mean, I guess.
It seems like, again, I feel like she didn't look too angry, apart from like the one part where she was like, again, the pulsing of the veins. It's kind of like when you said in early 4 Ninjas couldn't do like angry faces and not how to do them yet. It seems like
Yeah.
this was a compensation for it.
No, I don't want to die. I haven't gotten premium substance.
What? What are these sound effects? Just have the voice actor laugh. Why
Yeah,
do
that's
you
a-
have to do these sound effects?
I
Oh
think
my
I think Monet was very was not very happy with doing asking for redirections. Which, by the way, to any gacha tubers out there, I said this before: asking for redirections. This is just a general notice for everyone. Is not a bad thing to do. It's not gonna come off as rude. It's just because the only person who knows how everything's supposed to end up is the director. So you've got to have that one artistic vision to carry everything through, because everyone's going to have a slightly different version of a thing in question. That's why directors are important. And yeah, part of the job is making sure that if someone gets it wrong, you correct them. It's just part of the game. It's what actors can expect to happen. And if the actors are constantly protesting against them, then they're probably not the best hires in the first place.
Denise? Are you okay?
No, she
No.
got the demon laugh.
I'm gonna pass.
I love that. It's just like no. This is why another reason why sound effects don't necessarily match, because unless you have the actor match this sound effect, you're not gonna guess a good mixture.
Pass out.
I mean, I love it again. Just have the smile on her face. I'm gonna pass out.
Oh, Ethan, my boy, are you excited? We're going to be.
Ethan, my boy, we're going to be family.
Oh my, I have to vlog this. Hey guys, you won't believe it. My brother.
I love the vlog effect, by the way. This actually is a good perspective. Oh, and also, I think it's like the is that the blurred background from before? Oh yeah, that's a slightly different background as well to make sure that it doesn't come to the same angle. That's a nice technique, actually. I would never thought to do that.
Finally announced it. Let me introduce my soon-to-be new brother, Ethan. Say, what's up, B?
What's up?
Why the long face? Not ready to become a big smalls.
Hey, I may be as smalls, but I'm surely big.
Oh, okay.
But
More broken glass. I guess this deliberate this time, rather than Denise just like randomly breaking down the door.
How can I take it back, you ape?
Denise, what's
What?
wrong with you?
you
wanna know what's wrong?
That. I forgot she said that. Oh my Irene.
I love how out of the cuss words would be more shocking on this channel, ape is the one that gets you for some reason.
That is just kind of. Oh, Denise, why would you say that? Like, okay, I get swearing, but like, oh, that is just uncalled for, and
Yeah.
a very, 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 very horrible thing to say to anyone.
I can kind of see her in the same light as Pop in an interesting way. Because with Pop, even though she does end up suffering quite a lot and she causes her own destruction, you still acknowledge the fact that she needs to grow up as a person. I feel like Denise is what Pop would turn into if she doesn't have a character arc to solve it.
What's wrong is that Mr. Biggs has yet taken another thing from me.
Mr. Biggs has taken another thing from you?
I think.
Do tell.
Oh, dude, that audio. Was that either audio? I feel like it reminds me of that time in episode 1 of Fallen Angels where I included 2 takes at once. And I didn't mean to because I accidentally left both takes in. So it reminds me of that. It's just like you can't edit out the stuttering. That's one thing you can do with audio editing.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, I don't
This
like
is
how
why
over
we
the
need
top her face
redirection.
is because I feel like you should have lowered the shade a lot less with her. Like I think the tears are fine, but I feel like the shade over her eyes got way too extreme.
It's not as too extreme. I think it got too extreme too quickly.
Yeah,
If
okay.
you have more of a fade into it, then yes, it makes sense. Because that's more like a final build-up. We heard her smash stuff in the corner, so she's already built up the emotion off screen. One thing that I will say about this is change the music. Because the music is still like the Meanwhile, it's like, how could you take it all thing from me? How could you never think about the situations? And it's just once again ruined part of my life.
I didn't know about audio mixing until episode 3, so
Right, really?
Well, noted.
You like everything from me. And you know what?
Oh,
You can
I actually did the thing that I demonstrated. Yeah.
have them.
That's a nice final image, though.
Thy dramas. That's
Oh,
clean.
okay, that was it. I thought we were gonna get a credit sequence. Okay, well that was episode 1. So Okay, so thoughts, Aiden.
I like it. I mean, although I will say it's a heavily flawed beginning.
Yes. I mean, I'll say it's an improvement on the pilot because that was obviously the
Oh
whole
yeah.
idea.
No,
because-
the pilot was kind of just a random one-off scene that didn't really explain anything.
Yeah, at least with the others, with this one, we have a collection of scenes, to form an actual episode, and it does get this, it does do the nice setup. In fact, the beginning as well. Once you kind of figure out a little bit more about where that's going, you actually do get a better picture towards the end. So right now it's a mystery, eventually be kind of a revelation. As for everyone else, I know you can sort of see the seedings of that most of them are there for the drama. You also kind of get a little bit of towards where the problematic aspects come in.
Yeah,
the
the series had a lot of questionable aspects, and Monet mentioned the idea of introducing even more problematic ideas and storylines into it, which is that was that's a fun idea.
I mean, hopefully that would have gauged the fact of whether people think or not if this is the series for them. Although I will say, apart from the soundtrack, and yeah, just apart from the soundtrack, I really enjoy the editing. Again, there's a little bit minor parts of like, oh yeah, maybe like the dubbing was done differently because of how it was edited first of all versus later, after the actors have sent stuff in. Which, by the way, for the record, we normally do the other way around, just in case we're wondering about our process.
Yeah.
But other than that, again, like, Monet has clear control of camera angles, shot composition, even composite backgrounds, and and editing and transitions and everything. It's a much more solid start than most Gacha tubers get. Even though it's not really her first thing because she's been doing Gacha longer than I have actually. Thanks everyone for watching. Please leave a like or dislike as your opinion matters. Check out the next episode for yourself. And subscribe if you've not done so already. To me, that is. And also Monet and also Aiden.
Yeah.
So yeah, on that note, until next time, which I'm going to do right now, farewell.